Fans of Bobby Productions and Blockbusted 3 triple feature can finally rejoice because in a mere few days, I will have announced the release date of my ninth and final movie, Blockbusted 3 triple feature. So, let me say that again. This is the announcement of the release date. But that's just how excited I am about this, and how improbable, to me it still is, that I will be announcing a set release date for a movie that I thought had no chance of happening. This movie here should not be happening. But this movie is exactly what's going to happen. Sooner than some of you may realize. Even in the other room, as I speak right now, the movie's backing itself up onto my other hard drive. I've got so many copies upon copies of this movie. You could say I learned my lesson from Blockbuster 2. Most of you don't get that. Maybe a few of you do. But the point is, this movie wasn't supposed to happen. And now that it has, and now that it's pretty much done, and I'm just working out the kinks, I can't believe it. I've been in this room for months working on this movie. I've been in there for months editing. I've been in the house, out of the house, with just so many different people talking about or working on this movie. You know, refining the script several times, refining the logo, doing the artwork, writing the music, on and on. I mean, it has been... And now that I look back at it, it doesn't even seem like as much work as I just entailed. Like, yeah, I spent a long time, sometimes just writing one scene. And now, the whole movie's compacted into this bite-sized 2 hours and 30 minutes kind of thing. But the point is, it's together. All this script, all this planning, scene 1, 2, 3, all the way through. And you know, if nothing else, I can say I finished that. I can say that I finished a trilogy that has been arguably my greatest of any of the movies I've done. I mean, Blockbusted as a series that wasn't even meant to be a series, is probably the best thing I've ever done as a filmmaker. And I know I'm still an amateur. I know there will always be a level of shortcomings in my movies. In fact, we make fun of them in the movies. Blockbusted 1 and 2, were notorious for that. Particularly the first Blockbusted. Just kind of goofing on the fact that we're using Nerf guns and cameras that are okay, but nothing great. And Blockbusted 2 was more that. And Blockbusted 3 is also very self-aware. I mean, yeah, I know what I'm working with. I know who I'm working with. I know where I'm working. I'm not Steven Spielberg. I'm not a great director, a great actor, a great whatever, you name it. But damn it, I scraped this thing together. We scraped this thing together as a team. Bobby Productions put this show on. And it's coming out sooner than even I can believe. And next week, I'm going to have a great trailer. I hope you all watch it. I'm going to have it out sometime next week. I won't spoil it for you, but just keep checking on my channel because it is on the top of my to-do list. I fall behind a little bit in the past. I haven't been as vocal about this movie as I wanted to be, but that's not going to happen anymore because as of next week, this time next week, guaranteed, you will know when this movie's coming out. I mean, I kind of have a date in my head that I'm pretty set on, but I don't want to say it because I don't know for sure, but this movie's coming out. And I really, really appreciate everybody's support on the cast, off the cast, whatever. Even people who I didn't expect to reach out to me did, and, just kind of have been, I don't even know. It's just, there's a lot of people to thank, and a lot of things to say, and a lot of really important, critical moments in this movie and in my past movies that just mean the world to me. And Blockbuster 3 is just the latest example of that. Just a team of people determined to make something happen. And it's happened. It's happening. I mean, it's going to happen. And that alone is an accomplishment to me. So, next week, keep an eye on Bobby Productions. Subscribe if you haven't already. Blockbuster 3 will have an official release date. And from then, let the insanity begin. Because the movie's not over just because I posted on YouTube. There's still hours of outtakes, documentary footage, behind the scenes, things that I want to talk about. Personally, get off my chest that I won't until the movie's out, but there's just a ton more than the movie itself. And the movie itself is obviously the big goal at the end of the day, but Blockbuster 3 is my best movie ever. I can't believe I can say that, but I can. I really believe it this time. And I really believe that just because of the time that it took both in and out of the movie. Just the 3 years that it's been since Blockbusted 2, and just so many factors go into this and make this my most personal story, my just kind of most interesting story. I'll even go as far as to say my most entertaining story, and that was really my number one concern with this movie, was that it wouldn't be entertaining. Was that, it would be interesting to a few people, but is it really entertaining? Does it really keep your interest? Again, I'm a biased party, and as I watch the movie, that's always my biggest concern, is that as I'm watching it, am I really, watching it through the eyes of somebody else? Obviously not. So, that'll be the big test. And, pretty soon, more people than just me will be able to say how they like the movie. And I look forward to that. I really look forward to that. Because I could sit here and tell you how great it is and show you clips and, tell you it's funny and it's all that stuff, but no, none of that matters. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear your thoughts. And some of you have given me your thoughts just based on the trailers, and I really appreciate that. That keeps me going as an artist, to know that someone's interested, even if they haven't seen the movie yet, at least they're interested. So, that's what I look forward to, and just, I expose myself in a lot of ways in this film. I expose my art, I expose my music, a lot of it, to pretty much public ridicule if you want. I mean, I'm not a musician. Sure, I learned to play guitar a couple years ago. I'm still not that good. I'm an okay second-year guitarist. I'm a pretty awful keyboardist, even though I've been dabbling at it for years, but it wasn't so much about the prowess of it, just it was and it wasn't. Obviously, I want to be a better musician, and I'm working on that too, but it was just about getting the art out there. Sometimes you can overthink it so much, just drawing and painting, whatever craft you do, you can overthink it so much that you don't produce anything. So I wanted to produce as much as possible, narrow it down to the highest quality stuff, and go from there. And that's what this movie is. It's a mix of things, but at the end of the day, it's a high-quality production put on by some very high-quality people, not even counting myself, because I think I suck. But the other people in the movie really were the heroes here. I just happened to write it and do some other things for it. But that doesn't make my role any more or less important than anyone else on this team. So, again, really looking forward to reactions. Blockbusted 3 coming out very soon. I will talk to you later. Keep an eye on the channel.